You are listening to Housekeepers Chat by the United States Department of Agriculture from 1927. Disclaimer: this is read from a historic archive document. Do not assume content reflects current scientific knowledge, policies, or practices.
Today's broadcast was aired on Monday, the 28th of February of 1927. There are recipes enough in today's chat to please all the women, and a dinner menu which will please all the men and children. Recipes and menu are from the United States Bureau of Home Economics.
Welcome to the Homemaker Show, where useful tips and recipes flow. From Aunt Sammy with love so true, and the Department of Agriculture too. Gather round and take a seat. We've got everything you need to eat. Practical info for your home. Recipes to keep you strong. For your family, day and night. We'll guide you right with all our might.
I'll ask you to have pencils and paper at hand today, because I am going to talk about food and cooking and give you 2 or 3 recipes. The menu is fashioned around a Swiss steak, and if you are not up on the preparation of Swiss steaks, you may want to take notes. I shall talk about nothing but food today, so for once no one can say of my chat, as the old gentleman said of the dictionary, it's a very interesting book, but the subject changes too frequently. One question remains to be answered before February skips out of the calendar, and here is the question: are partially ripe bananas harmful to children? Can you give me a few simple ways of serving bananas? Partially ripe bananas, that is, bananas with green skins or tips, are like new potatoes. They should not be eaten raw by either children or adults, but they are often served cooked. As I've said before, bananas owe their chief food value to the carbohydrates they contain. Carbohydrates supply energy for the body. In bananas which are not ripe, this carbohydrate is in the form of starch. When bananas are baked, the grains of starch break up, just as when potatoes are baked, and the starch is then more easily digested. As bananas ripen, the starch changes to sugar. This sugar in fruit is quickly absorbed by the body. Children should never eat bananas which are not fully ripe. The fruit is not thoroughly ripe until the skin is mottled with brown. The second part of this question is a request for simple ways to serve bananas. The very simplest way is to serve them raw but ripe. Put one in the child's lunchbox occasionally. Slice them over prepared breakfast foods to give variety to the morning meals. Serve bananas in salads. An attractive salad is made of oranges and bananas on lettuce leaves. Sprinkle with chopped nuts and serve with French dressing. Another good combination is bananas and grapefruit, with a red cherry or a bit of bright jelly as a garnish. If you want a more elaborate salad, use pineapple, oranges, grapefruit, bananas, cherries, grapes, and chopped nut meats. Served on lettuce with a dressing, this makes a delicious mixed fruit salad. Served in sherbet cups with fruit juice and without the nuts and the dressing, it is an appetizing fruit cup dessert. And speaking of banana desserts, what could be more tempting than a banana cream pie? I am going to give you a recipe for cream pie, and then I'll tell you how to transform the cream pie into a banana pie. For cream pie, you will need 7 ingredients: 2 cups of milk or cream, half cup of sugar, salt, 2 egg whites and 2 tablespoons of sugar for meringue, 4 tablespoons of flour, 2 egg yolks, vanilla. 7 ingredients, please. Look well and see that you have 7 ingredients: 2 cups of milk or cream, half cup of sugar, salt, 2 egg whites and 2 tablespoons of sugar for meringue, 4 tablespoons of flour, 2 egg yolks, vanilla. Scald the milk or cream in a double boiler. Add the flour, sugar, and salt well mixed together to the hot milk or cream, stirring constantly until it thickens. When the flour is thoroughly cooked, add the beaten yolks and vanilla. Beat with an egg beater and pour into a baked crust. Spread the meringue over the top and place in cool oven for 15 to 20 minutes, then increase heat until it is nicely browned. If you want a plain cream pie, use the recipe as it is. If you want to make a banana cream pie, add sliced bananas to the custard. They may be added either before or after the custard is cooked, and meringue may be added or not, as desired. The next thing on the program is a dinner menu, built around Swiss steak. The menu is Swiss steak, baked sweet potatoes or hot riced potatoes, spinach, kale, or whatever green vegetable is available, dill pickles, and baked bananas with lemon sauce. That is a well-balanced meal, and I'll tell you why. A well-balanced dinner should contain efficient protein, that's the Swiss steak, starch, that's the potatoes, the bananas, and the bread, which you will of course serve with the dinner, a green vegetable, that's the spinach or the kale, fat, that's the butter and the fat in the meat, a sweet, that's the sugar in the baked bananas. Especially rich sources of vitamins in this dinner are the canned tomatoes with the Swiss steak, the green leaf vegetable, the butter, and the lemon juice in the baked bananas. We are almost sure to get our share of vitamins A, B, and C this time. Swiss steak requires 5 items. Please write them down, unless you are already acquainted with the preparation of Swiss steak. The ingredients needed are 4 pounds of Swiss steak, about 3 inches thick, 1½ teaspoons of salt, 2½ cups of tomato juice and pulp or hot water, 3 tablespoons of fat, half a cup of flour. Perhaps it would be well for me to repeat the ingredients. 4 pounds of Swiss steak, about 3 inches thick, 1½ teaspoons of salt, 2½ cups of tomato juice and pulp or hot water, 3 tablespoons of fat, half a cup of flour. Sift the flour and salt together, beat them into the steak with a meat pounder or hammer. Melt the fat in a large heavy iron skillet and sear the meat well on both sides in the hot fat. Pour the tomato juice and pulp or the water over the meat. Cover tightly and let cook slowly for 1½ hours or until the meat is so tender that it can be cut with a fork. Add more liquid from time to time if needed to keep the meat covered. There should be plenty of rich gravy to serve over the meat. Onions may be added if liked and should be browned and cooked with the meat. Serve with the Swiss steak either baked sweet potatoes or hot riced potatoes. The dessert is a little unusual. Baked bananas with lemon sauce. I broadcast this recipe 2 or 3 weeks ago, but as there may be new radio friends listening in today, I am going to repeat it. 5 ingredients are needed for the baked bananas with lemon sauce. 6 ripe bananas, 1/3 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1/8 teaspoon of salt. 5 ingredients: 6 ripe bananas, 1/3 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Skin the bananas, scrape them lightly to remove the stringy portion, and split them in half lengthwise. Flare in a greased shallow balling dish and pour over them the liquid mixture. Bake in a hot oven until brown. Serve from the dish. And that concludes the menu. Swiss steak, baked sweet potatoes or hot riced potatoes, spinach, kale or some other green leaf vegetable, dill pickles, and baked bananas with lemon sauce. Tomorrow, unless I change my mind overnight, I'll tell you about my sewing club party. According to the announcement in the paper, delicious refreshments were served, so you know it was a successful affair.
From the kitchen to the floor, we'll help you handle every chore. With a smile, and helping hand, making life both sweet and grand. Gather round and take a seat. We've got everything you need to eat. Practical info for your home. Recipes to keep you strong. For your family, day and night. We'll guide you right with all our might.
This broadcast was researched and produced by Breakaway Empire LLC.